Hi everyone, and welcome to my update for weeks 9 and 10 of Neurolaw. A couple of things I'd like to mention before we get on to this week's activities is that regarding assignment one or two people have contacted me to ask about feedback. And just for those of you who mightn't have seen it, there is extensive feedback in in-text comments and in a general comment at the end of each of your assignments inside the LMS. So you need to open up the assignment in Turnitin and you'll see comments that are embedded in the document and also a comment at the end of the document as well. Regarding assignment 2, I have received proposals from several of you last week, week 9, which is when you were required to get them all in. If you want to do a choose your own question for the second assignment, make sure you get that proposal to me in line with what is in the unit of study outlined by the end of this week at the absolute latest. Also, some of you have questions about question 2, and it's completely fine for you to run your ideas past me as well. If you'd like some feedback on whether you're on the right track. I've also uploaded a rubric that I use to mark assignment 2. So that assignment 2 rubric is on the LMS under the assignment 2 section. So have a look at that and you can see what the difference is in grading but on each of the measures. So on a measure like argumentation or, content, there will be a description of the relative differences between a pass, credit, distinction and high distinction. So when you read through that and then reflect on your own work, you'll get a feel for what the difference between the grading is. It also helps for anybody who's sort of not used to getting distinctions or high distinctions. If you have a look at other people's work and read other people's work and compare that to your own, then that's another good way generally of getting a feel for how to sort of improve your writing, and a lot of it actually is about improving your argumentation and your persuasiveness and getting everything you need to say into a well-honed, well-defined argument within the word count. That's the real challenge. Week 9, again, you're all kind of smashing it in the quizzes. Everybody seems to be doing very well with the quizzes, which is great to see. Week 9, I hope you enjoyed week 9. That actually built on the work that we did in the workshop when we looked at the defence of mental illness in tort and we looked at the case Carrier and Bonham, which is the leading Australian case. But in week 9, you saw those ideas being considered again in Dunnage and Randall. And you can see that the reasoning that the court took in Carrier and Bonham was adopted and taken further in Dunnage and Randall in the UK. But again, there's some troubling distinctions that are made between mental illnesses and physical illnesses, and the justification for, not including a defence of mental illness in tort. I can't help but think that a lot of that comes down to the fact that in Dunnage and Randall in particular, there was an obvious tragedy and the wrongdoer was insured. But doctrinally, I still think it's a troubling area with very little in the way of clear precedent. So I do feel that it's something that may yet evolve, whether that is through the judicial process or, possibly through some kind of legislative mechanism. Week 10, which is our current week, Neuroscience and the Curial Process, there's a series of articles by Hayley Bennett and Tony Bro. Some of you have picked up that there is an error in this week's quiz. There is an error. There's actually 2 errors in the one question. I will have that fixed, probably be fixed by the end of the week, but I wonder if any of you have picked that up. I've had an email from one student alerting me to it, but anyway, there are errors lurking. That's it really for the past 2 weeks. Again, get in touch with me if you've got any questions about the assignments. And remember, feel free to post questions or comments on the Facebook page or on the discussion board. And I'll talk to you again soon.